anyway. Hey everybody, good time zone to you. We are going to jump into a best of one Throne of Eldraine draft here. Been away from the draft game for a few days. Gonna shake off the rust and see what we can find in our booster packs. I know what you're going to find at cardkingdom.com. You're going to find one of the premier sites on the internet for buying your physical Magic stuff. They have everything you need for your tabletop game at excellent prices with second to none customer service, and their buy list is crazy. If you want to sell your cards and get a 30% store credit bonus, you are going to be converting your old stuff into new stuff. And they have sealed product, they have singles, they have gear, so you know they're going to have it. And if you go to my affiliate link down below in the panels, let them know you came from my stream. That would be fantastic for me. Appreciate that. But I really appreciate Card Kingdom for supporting me and supporting this stream with their sponsorship. Thank you, Card Kingdom. Check them out in the panels. Let's see what we get. What a nice, easy gems and bomb. Well, I guess it's a bomb. I don't know if it's gems yet. Let's see, where are we at? We're at 2 of 4 copies of Realm Cloaked, so we could go. We only have 1 Mythic Rare to craft. Yeah, we'll take this, and since White has climbed up on the pick order list of late, I don't even mind being pushed into White a little bit. Yeah, let's see what else we got here, though. We would love any of these uncommons, really. Like building around Lucky Clover. The Reef Soul is strong. Lucky Clover, if you wanted to ignore the rare, you could take Lucky Clover and probably wheel Acolyte or something. Love building around Lucky Clover in the format. But looks like our downstream bots are going to be taking a lot of green and black from what's here. Ravens, Reef Soul, and even Guardian, I guess. Anyway, just worth noting that black may be picked heavily downstream. Let's focus on best card. We don't need to play the Giant if the White's not here for us. We can take Witchstalker. I like Witchstalker, I think, a little better than Surferin at this point. I had high hopes for Surferin, but ultimately doesn't play out super well. Grumgully is powerful, but 2 colors. And I think I'd rather just start with a Witchstalker than a 2-colored Grumgully. And also I don't even love this card. It's a fine card, but I certainly don't love red-green as some kind of dominant archetype in the format. I mean, you can play it. I think most color pairs do something if you get the right goods, but Searing Barrage also worth considering, but green is a better color to me than red, so I'm going to start with the Witchstalker here. Yeah, I think anything can perform. It's, if you get the tools. Keeper of Fables, pretty obvious here. Second Raven we're passing, but I don't see passing Keeper of Fables when it's on color here. And what else we got? I'm looking at what might wheel. Return to Nature might come back to us. I don't know if we'll main deck that. Maybe a Silver Flame Ritual if we stay in White. These two are both possible wheels. Well, Luis was kind of bagging on this card, and I kind of agree, but it's still super playable if you are specifically white-green, The reason Luis was bagging on this card, and the reason I agree, is because it's super clunky for what it's trying to accomplish. You pay 4 mana to do the Sorcery Adventure to create just 2 human tokens. Then you cast your Ranger, and then finally on the 3rd turn after that, you can start tapping the Ranger for buffing your team. And that's pretty slow and clunky. Not so much so that I'm going to go to Treefolk instead, but I might not be crazy to pick Visions over Ranger. If we are, haven't been blue-green that much either, but it's possible this is just the best card here, and then we ignore the Ranger. It's just also hard to ignore any of the hybrid uncommon, four hybrid uncommons when you're in those two colors. I'm gonna take it. I don't think it's crazy to take Vision Wujo, but I think the Ranger is the pick. Yeah, we just acknowledge that it's not as amazing as all that, but it's a playable. It's a fine playable. Well, we can combine Wolves Quarry with Oakham Ranger to take two bad cards and make them a little less bad. Or we can take Wildwood Tracker, which is probably the trick, probably the pick here. We don't even have another human yet, so all of our stuff actually makes this happen. And we could start getting aggro, although look where we're at here. Our cheapest card so far is 4, so if we're thinking we're going to be some kind of aggro white-green deck, we need to get on that. But I think it's the pick here. Huh. Are we locked into white-green? Should we be keeping... Because, like... Well, if we want to edge towards mono green, that's a curious pair pick. Yeah, but it is a lot of white, and a lot of playable white. Venerable Knight and Youthful Knight are both playable. A fine True Love's Kiss for 1. Ritual actually does kind of work with what Ranger's trying to do for what it's worth. What Knight do you like? The Youthful or the Venerable? It's kind of funny. You got the Old Knight and the Young Knight. Well, with various pumping tricks, yeah, I think I'm down with Youthful. Let's take Youthful Knight. Pick 7. We have Treefolk. Halberd can go in this aggro style, low to the ground deck, but I think we probably just want the Squire. Thank you for the sub, Tom. Appreciate that. Y'all want to stick heavy green? I don't know. This is pretty bomby for one thing. Well, so is Treefolk. Yeah, Realm Cloak Giant. I would like very much to play this. So I'm gonna go with the cheaper playable. Last fresh pick of the first pack, we get another Youthful Knight, which we'll take over a Ritual. I want to get some of these rituals, but I think there's one that might wheel here. I think we're about to pick one up on the wheel. Clover comes around, but also Once in Future. Interesting. This is a real... I'm going to pull this one. Clover or Once? White-green is a great adventure pair, so we could still work some Clover magic. Right now we have Squire and Ranger and Realm Cloak Giant, although destroying all non-giant creatures twice in the same spell is not really a thing. Kind of a landslide for Clover. I guess I'm down. Really love me a Once in Future. But Lucky Clover is sure fun to build around. This is a really ideal color pair for it. All right, here's another tracker. It's really kind of honing in on aggro non-human here. Although these are these are humans. We got some humans. All right, triple tracker. We're doing it. I know that some of you wanted the Brute. I didn't mention the Brute. I still don't love the Brute. I don't mind the 3 trackers, though. I think this will work out all right. Let's take gems. And by that, I mean vault progress. I don't think we're going to main deck Righteousness. Yeah, but a tracker is a non-human for the tracker. Yeah, ritual didn't wheel. That's a little surprising. We'll get a ritual. We'll find one here. Okay. Giant killer. Pretty straightforward. I mean, it's literally the best card in the pack for us, and I mean, there's nothing else tempting. So we'll just snap that up. No big deal. Outflank, maybe wheels. That'd be nice. Yeah, it's good. Good with Clover if you can have two targets. Although if they get to the point where they have two targets, you might be behind on that front. Here's a tracker we can wheel. Let's just take Shepherd though. Although this is another one we're not sure we want to actually Clover, but I think we take it anyway. Is Clover a May? May. Oh yeah, copy. No, you have to copy it. But you can just copy. Yeah, okay. You got to be careful. You got to return two things, or it's a little bit tricky to play with Clover and not blow yourself out. Yeah, you can double target, but if you double target yourself, you're gonna fizzle the second one, and therefore the Shepherd side won't be castable, right? So we just got to watch out for the. We got a couple of non-bows here where we can accidentally fizzle our. Fizzle our creature side of our adventure because of the Clover, so we got to be careful. I think Acolyte is worse than Outflank, yes. It's not an adventure that's doing enough, but I'm going to take Shepherd, though. This is yucky. I want better cards, but we're not getting them. I'm going to try Wolf's Quarry. Are we going to main deck Fell the Pheasant? I guess we'll take it. There's nothing else here. It was a terrible pack. Well, here I'm going to take Trapped in the Tower and hope that Guide Mother makes it around. Sometimes she does. We're not 100% sure, but we're going to take... Oh, I'm not taking Guide Mother over Trapped. Come on now. We're just going to hope Guide Mother comes around for us. Oh, another Trapped. I'll take it. Although there's a Paladin, which is also nice, but we're going to take back-to-back removal. This draft is trying desperately to get us to play Wolf's Quarry. Meh. This is all bad. Yeah, I could have taken the bridge, but we tried the bridge in a fairly aggro deck, and I was pretty unimpressed. Are we running this? I think we're more likely to run a Knight of the Keep than the Grange itself. Although, yeah, we don't even have a 3. Don't even have a 3 yet. Last fresh pick here. We could take a Paladin, but I just like an egg. Outflank Wield. We were hoping that would happen. It did. Nothing for us here, though. And nothing really for us here. I'll take this, though. Hey, it did come around. There you go. And a Knight. Well, all 3 of our rares have been white, although this one is not particularly playable in limited. We could take it for the gems, and what would be passing up? Sadly, like nothing. Like nothing. We're going to probably wheel the Outflank. And Rally for the Throne. I guess this helps the go wide thing. But I don't think we want to do this. I'm just going to take gems. Let's see if we've got... Yeah, we've got... This is just gems. Yeah, the packs have been gross. Not good packs. Doom Foretold. We wheel this egg, we could actually play something like a Doom Foretold, but probably we'll just take Tactician here. Really would like to get some extra gems, but our deck really kind of needs some value like Tactician. So we'll take it. Outmuscle. Better than Outflank in terms of our removal needs, I believe. And I don't want the Deathless Knight as a half, you know, two color intensive. Huh, okay. Squire, Griffin. Pair works with our Clover, but not particularly well. Yeah, let's just take the Griffin here. All right, I like Carver as a nice filler adventure dude. So many ravens. Here's a ginger brute we can grab, as there's nothing really... Oh, there's a youthful knight, though. Do we want to... It's not a human. I mean, it's a human, so it doesn't quite do... Yeah, we could have... Black looks like it was wide open here. But I'll take another youthful knight. And I think I'm going to go ahead and run one Insatiable Appetite. I think with these youthful knights and the first strike and everything... Yeah, although it was sure hard to see that was our spot. I mean, I think part of the reason it's wide open, Occam Razor, is because there wasn't a lot to take in the first pack. I don't think so. I guess there's that Raven. Maybe we blinded ourselves to black too early or something, but felt like... yeah, Curious Pair is fine, but we're not really doing a food thing, so let's take the unicorns and try to double up that. I think that gets us into decent shape for... this is where we were hoping that Outflank would make it back out of this pack. It did not. We get a Rally for the Throne that we're probably not going to play. Leave it in for now. There's that tracker. All trackers all the time. So we're going to be pretty aggro, but I worry about it's like, oh, and then your trackers are now dead to whatever. We'll take this. Squire. Maybe we need a weapon rack to build up our youthful knights and wildwood trackers into real attackers. Well... We've got many humans, but we got a lot of non-humans too. I think we're pretty stacked at 2, though. Yeah, I'm going to take the rack. I don't know if we'll play it, but I'm going to take it. Cabin. Pheasant. We have one fell already. I'll take a cabin. I don't think we're playing that either, though. All right, 10 cuts. Let's cut that, cut that. Probably cutting an egg since it's not doing anything except drawing a card and making us some food. Checking the numbers here. 22-8. Cut one of those at least. Fenner wants to cut the trackers. I don't know, man. I think it's kind of what we're doing. Oh, thank you. Missed the quarry. I'll probably take profit out as well. Too many 5s? You mean these 3? I don't think there's too many 5s. Yeah, if you look also, Squire behaves like a 3. Griffin behaves like a 3. I'm gonna try. I want to run with the trackers. Although I see what you're saying. You know, you could lean this heavily towards white by cutting the trackers. I'm not going to cut the Ranger either. I know it's not great, but I'm not going to cut it. What is Griffin doing? You're not a 3.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Prioritizing what? I don't know what Abusive Pie and James are talking about. Thank you for that sub, Mensch. Appreciate it. Congratulations, Mensch. Mensch and his wife are expecting. All right. Rally. What rally are we talking about? Oh, no, rally's already gone. No, I didn't watch the Mythic Championship. I was at a wedding and tuned out Magic. Fenor, are you just way behind me? Like, because we already cut a Knight of the Keep. That's what I wasn't sure. Yeah, I was thinking it would be good to have... I guess we have enough. In out muscle, 2 traps, and an outflank, we can cut the appetite. All right, where does that put us? Yeah, I suppose the Knight is pretty whatever. All right, let's try this. Clover has Tactician, Squire, Shepherd, Guide Mother, Giant Killer, Ranger, Unicorn, and then Giant doesn't really count, and really Shepherd is hard to use as a double to much effect, and so is Giant Killer. You need, you know, if you do get this off for 2, excellent, but these are the ones that actually produce some decent value with the Clover. Oh, and Carver, yeah, sorry. So I think there's enough. All right, let's try this. We're gonna try. We're gonna call this Wild Youth. So we have 4 trackers and 3 youthful knights. Oh, are we at 41? We'll find one more cut. Hold on. I thought we were at 40 with that cut. Me? And what can drop here? Actually, probably is one of the trackers at this point. Nice. It's what I'm naming the deck after, but I think it's one of those 2. Yeah, we'll try dropping a tracker. Don't need Shepherd. Interesting. Well, when we see a Shepherd, we'll see if we'd rather it be a Wildwood tracker or a Youthful Knight. I guess we're not cutting Youthful Knight. We'll see. You know, right now we're cutting the tracker. I'm gonna run with this, and we can make adjustments as needed. And I think 9-8 towards white is correct here. Laggy, lag. Don't crash on me today, all right? I promise to restart you, PC. Just bear with me for one stream, okay? That's right. Ugh, this is ugly. On the lag front, that is. I'm clicking and stuff isn't registering, so I got to be careful of that today. All right, let's see what we can do with aggro green-white adventures. Chunk Tug has our goal laid out for the draft. Shepherding back 2 creatures off the clover before destroying all non-giants. And we go first. It's pretty important for us to go first in a deck like this. It's a big boost for us. Scaldron. If only we had one more forest, that would be quite the start. We're not leaning that hard on it. I mean, I don't know. It's certainly D's. That's certainly one of the considerations that might make you want to cut Youthful Knight. That's why Youthful Knight was on the table. We have a couple of non-human interactions, but I don't think it's so prevalent. We need to be any kind of. We don't have to overdo that. You know what I mean? We could fire off on alert for no value. Or for just the damage value. We could play the 2/1 for no on alert value. But I'm going to start with an attack. I'm going to go ahead and go with Tracker here, and we'll save the Squire as combat trick. And then we get Ranger next turn. All right, Vandal's getting big. So looks like we're going to have need for this Squire trick next turn. Really want to keep our aggro going here. Hopefully they'll see our attack as being willing to give up some creatures to get damage through. I don't know if they have the room to not block here anyway. I'll take either one. This is a big turn. They could really turn a corner here and make a stabilization play that makes these trackers look silly, but if they fail to do that, then they look great as they keep beating down as Oppo is at 10 on turn 4, looking to figure out how to stop the bleeding. Well, maybe they're just going for a Scaldron. What do we got flash-wise? There's probably some blue flash I'm not thinking about, but we're going to go ahead and attack and make him do something. If they spend the turn on a Scaldron, that's so excellent for us. Kind of want them to do it before we bring out our Ranger anyway. Yeah, that's fantastic. That's a lot of mana they've spent to get rid of a 1-drop, and we get to now double creature. Could have double creatured with the bring back sorcery, but we're going to just double creature with 2 actual creatures. More inherent power there. Out muscle might just get us the win here if they play a single creature defense. Servant, and they did not adamant it, even though they could have, suggesting that there is a runaway together waiting for us. So yeah, they're going to block one and bounce the other, but then if we outmuscle now, yeah, it could be so tiny, I suppose. Could be so tiny, could be runaway together. If we muscle up something, yeah, we can't even really muscle super successfully right now, so I'm gonna make him have it, and we're gonna barge in. They're gonna go at least a 2 here. Like with a block and a tiny, or a block and a bounce, they still go to 2, and then we can drop a couple more creatures, and that starts to look pretty good for next turn. Barge in would be terrible here. We don't have any red mana. I mean, as long as we're going to be wishing for off-color cards, let's wish for a Bake into a Pie. Bake into a Pie would be awesome here. That's the best result for us because we get to recast everything, and now they got to be dead. This is effectively their death knell. All right, that counts. On the board. Oh, I see. Then I forgive you, Prof, for your weird suggestion. It was a clever joke based on what I said, and then I didn't remember. You didn't even remember saying it. I have not played the new Oko Arena format yet. This is my first Magic literally since I signed off on Wednesday. All right. Yeah, we can keep this. Creating four tokens makes me like this spell a lot better. I would consider it Razor. Usually there's just time, but I was actually thinking about it last game as skipping over it. Like, there are definitely... We were in a spot last game where you could have easily found yourself deciding, oops, let's not go with that, though, to just play the Ranger without making the 1/1s. This will be good. We can Clover after we outflank the knight. And maybe they'll just take it. But it doesn't really change, because like now we're going to Clover and then just have the outflank on the way back. I am going to outflank, even though we've got this problem lady here. What order to do this all in? I think we're going to start with Witch Stalker. Yeah, let's go Witch Stalker, and then next turn we can Guide Mother both of these over, and then after that start this whole plan. Just trying to figure out our sequencing of how we're going to take advantage of Clover in our hand. And I think it starts with Witch Stalker, launch these two, and then this, or we could do this and then launch these two. We'll see. I think we Guide Mother next turn though. Bluff attack, pretty bold. Not going to do it. Too late now, obviously. Oh, that's not going to work out for you, friend. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly. Bluffing has its place when they just when they can't block. And I just felt like they were not in a spot where they couldn't block. She's not so great that they couldn't block. And also the knight, because of this whole play that we're doing now, I felt the knight was valuable. I didn't want to risk losing the knight because I wanted it to be part of this attack, but also so if they have a creature that they really just can't afford to put at risk, and you've got a creature that if it died would not be that big a deal to lose, that's when I like the bluff attack. Because I knew I didn't want to do anything related to green, and rather than counting my planes, and I didn't want to do anything that suddenly I was like, oh geez, I need white and I can't cast my Guide Mother or whatever. Do we have anything to do with food besides eat it? I'm just trying to figure out if we're just eating this food before we untap. All right, that one lands. We don't have another Guide Mother, so yeah, I think we just eat the food. I don't think we have anything else to do with that. Hey, D, it was all right. It was a good wedding. I was saying before you got here that what I like about weddings is the kind of family reunion nature of them. So really, it was lovely to see so many people that I know and love. So yeah, we could bluff here, but also I don't want to bluff because when we get the Ranger down and can tap it, the Youthful Knight can actually attack and defend against Linden. So that's another reason to be a little circumspect about jamming a bluff. Right now, we're just kind of at parity. Guide Mother getting in for one, and Linden, well... But here we go. This will help. Now, Dionysus, I haven't done anything since I went off the air on Wednesday except non-magic stuff. I've decided that one of my biggest personal self-lies is I'll do it on the plane. I gotta stop telling myself that. I can't do anything on the plane. I can't do anything on the plane except be aware of my uncomfortably suffering back for however many hours the flight is. I mean, I can watch movies and listen to podcasts, but like I can't get anything done when I'm on an airplane. But I somehow always convince myself that I can, you know? You got it, Ryan. This time you can do something on an airplane. All right, so now we're going Tracker and Ranger, and then we're just going to try to win on a big push next turn. Yeah, I'm 6-2. Yeah, right now it's all about this Ranger and having gone wide enough to really get in. All right. Well. All right, let's see. We make 2 knights here. That reloads. We attack 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 are getting through for at least 2 each, so they're taking at least 6, eating a bunch of stuff. But then we make 2 more. Yeah, okay. They're gonna kill a couple things, but we get to reload. So I think it makes it all worth sending in everything but the Ranger. I would have waited one more round, except that I figured like that would happen. Like we only lost 2 creatures, and we're replacing both of them. Like if they'd had a bunch of 4/4s and we were going to definitely lose 4 creatures, then I think maybe it's worth it to wait. But since we're going to replace what we lost right away, I think it was correct to get in there. Correct, Milhasoso. We do not have another Guide Mother. We unlocked the Stalker once and then relocked it. Then it got relocked. You tell me, Dionysus. I said I've done nothing magic related between going off stream on Wednesday and going on stream today. Well, Oppo, I think now you're done, though, yeah? Oh, yeah, now you're real done. Now you're real done. Oko won. Spoilers. Sorry, but Oko winning wasn't spoilers on, like, Thursday. Exploding Fibblethip? Come on. Well, is that enough? Oh, you should have maybe tapped the Ranger. Let's see. We get through... Is it still game? We only get 1 through here. And only getting 1 through... we lose 2. 1 eats the Guide Mother. Oh, the Carver, sure, yeah. I was forgetting my own spell here. Yeah, it's still way lethal. Never mind. Sorry, I completely spaced on the Carver. It got to talking. Carver means we're still good. We're just going to Carver whatever's unblocked. And that should be enough. Along with Ranger. Wow, that is so weird. Look at what I want to point out that there's a 6/6 and a 2/2. I had stacked tokens, clicked on one moved to the left. I clicked on the leftmost one. They split apart, and so then I clicked for the second on the rightmost one, and it ended up being the same one. Now I probably could have looked at the lines and figured that out. But worth noting that if it had mattered, I would have needed to very carefully figure that out.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
One thing at a time, Dionysus. Next up is figuring out channel points. Yeah, we don't have our non-human to make this awesome yet, but we're gonna keep. Maybe we'll find something else. Got an ace in the hole here. Ooh, with Lonesome Unicorn, maybe we go Clover so we can Unicorn double. It puts off a knight for a turn, but then we double our knights the next turn. I'm gonna do that. Adversary, yuck. That is a brutal card for us. Brutal enough that I may offer a tracker and one of these knight tokens for it. Ooh, they've got Clover. All right, well, they're gonna make it easy then. Oh, they're not. Oh, wow, and we got the outflank to save us. So thanks for that turn off, Oppo. I'm gonna say no attack at this time. Extra food for Oppo, thanks to the Clover. Well, well, well. All right, then. Looks like we're going to go super wide and save that ace in the hole for some other time. If they can't kill the Ranger, I like our chances here. We have the outflank for that. But I'm going to go ahead and offer this. And we might be trading a couple of tokens for a trick. But I'm willing to do that here. I don't want to let them draw. They seem to be short on land too. So they're looking like they're trying to find their fourth land. And yeah, we can do 3 1/1s, but actually they, you know, the potential to pump the 1/1s is nice. I guess you're right though, because then if there's no trick, it's better for, it leaves us with one of them. So losing those two instead. Okay. Yeah, Yeah, but we're not. If it were a 3/3, I would not want to do this. But since it's a 2/3, it makes sense. No clue how one gets these sleeves, but since it says Mythic Championship on them, I'm assuming you made it to the qualifier. That's almost certainly it, Dionysus. Why wouldn't I just take that? I don't want to give them a card? And I don't mind trading that combat trick? Now we could go Youthful Knight. Kind of like holding off on the Ranger and then setting up Outflank again.
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
And none of these make the tracker big, although I almost kind of want to go ahead and say if they want to trade for the tracker for Ginger Brute, that would be okay. It's all right. It telegraphs, but right now it puts us in an attacking position. I'm sad about this tracker, but I'm going to let it go if they want to trade Brute for tracker. Oh, no, wait. What do we have that's not human? Oh, funny. These knights aren't human, technically. Interesting. I knew it. I totally knew that. I knew that the whole time. I do remember hearing that at one point. I think it was Luis who pointed that out, but then didn't end up getting there on it. Okay. I need to just power that out, I suppose. I need to get the Ranger out now and save the outflank. Yeah, I guess we can attack with first strike creatures, but then one of them gets eaten. I'm going to say no. I'm just going to pass here. Because when these first strike creatures are 3 powered first strike, then the adversary doesn't have an obvious block. At least not, like, it can only block, like, the human. The 1/1. So, I like being a little patient here and setting up for next turn. And if Appa wants to be attacking with Ginger Brute, that's also great. Unless maybe they're going to do like a double Carver's thing to just get a bunch of damage in, but I don't care about this at all. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Now we get Carver to survive one of the big blocks and Outflank to survive another one. I like it. I think they're being defensive. They're at 13 and recognize that they need a thing back to block here or they could be in trouble. Yeah, I could even attack with the Ranger, except it doesn't have Vigilance. If it had Vigilance, that'd be nice. This is going to go very poorly for them. All right, so let's start by taking a look at where things stand if we do this. Might just go ahead and accept this trade, and then we can split the Carver here. I guess we can do it all. That was enough. Yeah, Guru, I like that change. If I think the Ranger card, which people have acknowledged is a little underwhelming relative to some of the other knights that are available, giving that Ranger Vigilance would be a nice, simple touch that would really help its power level. I did. I re-rolled a quest and we got a 750, so we're operating on triple 750 right now. Hey, Hat. How you doing? It's just slightly underpowered relative to what some of those other knights are doing, and a little clunky. I just think it certainly wouldn't make it ridiculous and broken if they just added vigilance onto the ranger side. Well, we're keeping this, even though the tracker's a bit stranded right now. Definitely Knight here over Clover, but we'll probably Clover next turn. Let's see if we find a land. Obviously, we want to Clover before we do Bring Back. I disagree. You don't have, even with Vigilance, you wouldn't really have great attacks with it every time. All right, here we're going to go with Tracker and Clover. Out Muscle could become useful at some point. I'm just going to go with the Ranger play here, though. At least the token side of it. Unfortunately, these tokens are literally humans, so we don't get the same trick here. Yeah, eventually we're going to want to have this be a 2/2 attacker, though. That's all I'm saying. Fool Auto, how you doing? Is the game audio lagging? Might have to just live with it today if it's not super bad, and then I'll mess with that after a restart. I think there may be a combination lag and reset settings in my Streamlabs. There's another tracker. Seems like maybe they're waiting to kill the ranger. We do have double carver, so we could swing in and carve it up. I don't like doing it into all this open mana, though. Like, what are they doing here? What are they doing? Yeah, I think I'll wait. I'm going to try and pull the trigger on tap up to 2 when they have more than 2, and then we can tap a bunch. Yeah, I'm just going to run the ranger out here. I feel like they're waiting to kill it, and if so, okay. We still have other stuff to do that will be pretty powerful. But if we can untap with the ranger and then have out muscle and carver and everything, then that gets that. Yeah, that's kind of almost. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. It seems so telegraphed to me that that's what they're doing. But I also just think this is going to be really good coming up. Here, I think we go Tracker and then Guide Mother, play Guide Mother. We can get the Trebuchet has reach, so we got to keep that in mind. But Guide Mother on 2 different creatures makes Trebuchet dead if it blocks. Kind of want to wait for a trapped in the tower, but we're going to try to get our aggro on back at them here. This gets us back in the race right away. And Tactician plus, basically doing next turn Dizzying Swoop plus Shield's Might seems like it should be very good. Now, can we take 5 here, given that we're going to make that play? Next turn, we're hoping to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, they're basically lethal. So we're going to try for lethal next turn. And take this damage. Hopefully they play 1 5-mana creature. Yes! Got exactly what I wanted. Now they're dead. Easy peasy. Exactsies. Well, we kind of got into this color pair because of our opening Mythic Bomb, which we have had in hand once but have yet to cast. Realm Cloaked Giant was our first pick. Oh, I said I had it in my hand. I've just never cast it, is what I said. Clover should cost more than 2. It's really an unappealing card at anything over 2, because so many adventures are 3 mana that you're trying to set up with that. It would be really sad to be trying to set up your adventures on 4. Maybe mechanically you could argue for a mana cost on Clover, but flavorfully, I think it's really terrible to have an activation cost on a lucky Clover. The idea of the whole conceit of a 4-leaf Clover is that you pick it up and leave it alone and it makes you lucky, right? Well, need to find a second forest pretty badly here. We lost a couple of them, and we only had 8 in the deck, so now 7, 6, 5. We only have 5 forests left. Not the best situation, honestly. Here I like a bluff attack. They should block, though. No risk on their part. No benefit on our part to cast the Carver, but make them do it. Hey, we got our second green. That's great. We get to make our non-human human knight. Are they going to counter this? That's cool. I don't mind that. I just don't want either of these two countered. Lost our Clover, some stuff. Giant Killer probably wasn't going to be doing much in this matchup. Well, that kind of sucks. Because I really do want this to resolve, but we're not, or this, but we're not going to not play it. They may have another didn't say please, but I'm going to make them have it. Gotta keep playing our spells. Well, really want this to resolve, but again, I'm not going to sit here playing around more didn't say pleases. Got to do what we can. Fun, Watsy. No, I don't want to put trapped in a tower on that thing. Now I need to play Carver without bothering with the shield side, maybe? Yeah. Not exciting, but that's what I'm going to try. Seems completely reasonable, Watsy. Thanks for this awesome strategy. Hey, Fiddles. Yeah, I guess we Wrath while their shields are down, and then see if we can find another land and see if the giant can get there in time. Rough. All right, well. 3-1. I'm not going to reset the Wrath. We're at 9 cards. We need to kill them. We got to just run out 3-1s and hope it's good. Yeah, the animation from Realm Cloak Giant is sweet. Hopefully they're out of counters. Still not feeling great about this one. Well. Counter, 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 counter. Get there. I'll take it. Seven cards left. What can they do? They got a lot of cards in hand. Yeah, I'm waiting for the so tiny, the black removal. Like, what's going on here? Suck it, Mill! Please? Yeah, I really don't know what was in Oppo's hand there towards the end. good family, fun, love and joy kind of weekend. Do I make any changes? I don't want that other tracker in, but I don't know what I would take out. Yeah, that may be what's going on there. Runaway and no creatures. Yosefasi, glad you like the YouTube videos. Glad you could hang out here today. We're best of one. Am I lying somewhere? No, this is best of one. Anyway, I was trying to figure out if there's a way. We have 4 trackers, and I kind of want another one in. Maybe I will cut a Youthful Knight. I want to try it this way. No, I really like the Griffin as a 5-mana finisher. Works well with Keeper. How am I just gold 2? Sir Gajo asks. Well, it's because I only ever play this account on stream. So this account sees action 5 or 6 times a week at most, and that's just not enough active play to rank up. But the fact that my arena ranks don't reflect where I'm at as a player is one of the reasons I keep my own spreadsheet. If you want to really see how I'm doing and not worry about what rank Wizards has put on my face, you can check out my spreadsheet and just see my results. Gargoyle could be interesting anti-counterspell if it was a sideboard situation. I'm not going to main deck it, though. But getting a Gargoyle in under counter magic, if they're the all didn't say please deck, seems not the worst. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try 4 trackers, 2 nights, see how this goes. We really just want to be on the play and have some curve out potential. That's what's been working so far. That qualifies as a curve out, although again, we don't quite have the tracker support yet, but we have a 1, 2, 3. Well, we don't have a second planes for the tactician either, but anyway, we're keeping. Kind of hope they give me an excuse to, well, we'll just work Clover next turn, and then Carver can make for a really big tracker. I'm going to Clover, stay back on D, and see if they want to attack into this tracker. If they do, I'm not sure even what I want to do. That's nerve-wracking. I really want the tracker to support the outflank and the Carver and etc. So I'm actually going to say no blocks here. Normally, I'd be so happy to trade my tracker either for a Swordmaster or for an outflank. But in this case, I don't want to do that. So I'm not gonna. This creature seems too important to us right now. Also trying to think now whether we want to go for... I can go for a Carver if they block. Although kind of 1-for-1s in that spot. But also Tactician on their turn to tap them down. Dionysus, I want you to pretend that I went off stream on Wednesday and disappeared off the face of the earth. I blinked out of existence when I went off stream on Wednesday, and then I blinked back into existence at 9 o'clock this morning, ready to start streaming again. That's basically where I'm at. So consider that when you ask your questions. sorry, got to do this, or gonna get that screwed up. Kind of hoping, yeah, perfect. Now we can instead use Tactician to tap down on their turn. I think we'll do the Tactician thing, and then... Ooh, that's good too. Yeah, sure. Although maybe if they go for the Swordmaster... I was so gonna Tactician, but now with the Swordmaster making bigger, I'm gonna let that happen, and we're just gonna outflank the Swordmaster. All right, now I kind of like how Carver is gonna one Carver will kill the knight, the other Carver at least gets in for some extra damage. I was in New Hampshire, so I'm going to go with Nether Void. And could also just hard cast the Tactician here. Yeah, I'm going to do that instead. Unfortunately, now Carver is a trade and not a win in this spot. So if we send in... Oh, no, it is. Never mind. They go to 2-2. Yeah, this is good for us. All right, well, I'm going to hold everything in hand. I was forgetting the tracker pumps for a second, but we would love for them to do any number of blocks here. Do we just want to get in the damage? They're obviously playing around that, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, getting them to 6 with a Tactician in the air. Trouble is we're out of gas at that point. But I think I'm going to do it. We can at least then play the Carver after. Not on this turn, but I'll take the extra damage here. Double Vigilance is annoying because it really sets our trackers down to be just okay. All right, that was a good spell for Oppo to have. That's a pretty good spell for us to have. No, that's a weapon rack in a good deck. Weapon rack isn't useless. It's just not great. Oh, come on. I wanted the animation twice. Well, let's play the Witch Stalker and not the Carver. Go bigger. Weapon rack's out of counters. That's nice. I think Weapon Rack is like a 25th card, you know? But it usually gets cut. I'm gonna eat food. We're not really doing anything else with it. Out muscle, you say? Death touch, unfortunate on that front. But basically, let's see. Oh yeah, great. So we get to outmuscle one. I was thinking we outmuscle this and then accept the trade, but if we adamant, it's not even a trade, so I'm overthinking it. They've got to block either way, right? It doesn't even really matter how we do it. I guess we do it this way then because it's more trample damage. Same trample damage? Oh, because its toughness is night-based. Yeah, same trample damage, so it doesn't really matter. They're gonna go for, what, a crackback? Yeah, I don't have to block, but I guess I don't care if they don't. Definitely a pro play. Bad attack, scoop. Yeah, they maybe didn't have anything and it didn't really matter. I have done here's the thing I can do before a scooping play before, so not suggesting they thought they had a line and didn't. They may have been just shrugging and losing. Well, we've rattled off a fairly quick 6-0. Let's see if we can just 7-0. That would be all right. Fine way to start my return from vacation. Not with this hand, though. We are keeping, and what are we binning, though, is a question. I think we need to keep the Wrath, and Fables is a nice recovery. Maybe we can lose one of our pieces of removal with the belief that we're going to get there on Realm Cloaked, and that makes me want to lose out muscle. Because, so we have 2 pieces of removal, our Sweeper, and a big creature, and we're going to ditch our worst piece of removal, or our clunkiest piece of removal, under the assumption that Realm Cloaked will bail us out, and this will help us survive early. Oppo has mulliganed as well, worth noting. Got our second planes, which we need for the Wrath effect, so that's nice. Yosef, best of 3 has a steeper payout. The ultimate rewards on balance are very similar, but they're steeper. So if you tend to do better, then those are gonna. I'm not even gonna bother with the Trapped in the Tower here. At this point, I'm gonna try and rope a dope and really just not do much until we Wrath. Oh yeah, what's the deal with mystery boosters? No, I'm gonna do my channel points work off stream, Dionysus. Getting suggestions in Discord is fine, but there's no point in me talking about planning in a soapbox situation. Yeah, we could trap it. That makes some sense at this point, but I don't even know what mystery booster is. Like, mystery booster, can we buy this? Are we gonna... Okay, so we're not gonna see playtest cards in it later? Yeah, all right. Well, that's weird. The only reason to play Trapped in the Tower on the Piper is if we want to force Oppo to do something other than make Piper rats, which I figured they would do just to use up all their mana. But I'm not going to... But that's fine anyway. I don't... Man, if they have the discipline to just make rats here because we're not doing anything, that's pretty impressive. But I think this is more likely that they didn't have a 3. See, that's interesting, because that suggests they're just out of mana. All right, now I gotta trap it. I kind of like doing it this way. We're gonna get extra value out of this. You'll see. I think jumping right to stream sniping is a pretty extreme guess from someone who is stalled out on 3 lands and has a Piper. Wow, and the 6-0 bracket against Inquisitive Puppet. Now that's a strange card to be seeing from a presumably near undefeated player. Huh. No, literally stalled. What do you mean not stalled, Eagle? They have failed to play land 2 turns running here. So, do we want to sweep this or give them another turn to... The trouble is, if they don't find a land, they'll probably just trail to find one and use up their entire turn doing that. I'm going to pass it another turn. Maybe they sack or exile the puppet. We're under no great pressure here, and we got a wonderful sweeper, so I'm going to wait, be a little greedy. All right, we'll let him play around it. Well, I'm playing it my way, Fanatic Grew. Maybe a little telegraphed, but we're gonna go for the greed. concern for memory theft. I mean, if they had it, they already would have used it. So then you're talking about concern that Oppo top decks a memory theft, which doesn't seem super realistic. An expectation. We could do it now, though. I'll do it now. I'm not going to wait. We got enough to go on here that I think this is good enough value for me. Yeah, we could have tapped him for a turn. It's true. Exiling Puppet wouldn't have done anything. They exile the Puppet, make a token, and the token dies. Yeah, I guess we go Giant here, and then next turn we have Keeper and Tap. Well, keep in mind they want land, so maybe they're thinking, well, the Piper is so valuable I want to get that back, but then I don't want to put more on top because we got to dig for land. Yeah, we do have Return the Giant for Resweep. Epic Downfall? That would be nice flavor. I'm going to go ahead and do the tap play. Ooh, and we get the outflank. Now we can't outflank successfully here, and if they want to attack, I think that's good for us. And then the outflank comes online next, and it's nice to actually just have the Usher to Safety ready to save either of these in the event of pie. Yeah, so right now we can, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 8 mana. We spend 3 on the Tactician, a 4th to shepherd it back, and then 5, 6 to tap 2. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then with Carver, 2 more for Xaxes. They have food to eat, but we can really put them up against it here. Not sure we should do it given that they have food. We can probably just drop the Tactician and use the outflank and the Carver to get where we want to be. Like that works too. If it was lethal, I would do it, but they can eat food to make it not lethal. Although it comes awfully close. But I think I like taking out the adversary for good here. No, we're not Fool Auto. It's not. It's not that we're targeting any lunch boxes. We take the lunch boxes that come into our lives, basically. Try this. Yeah, I was a little bit afraid of that. So we're going to accept trading Fable for Adversary here, and that's fine. And then we get some... I mean, I could bring it back, but I kind of just want these to trade, and that's fine. We still get to draw. And could even put Carver out as a 3/2, and that might be the way to go here. But then we don't have Shepherd in response to removal. And it's only one more damage to just not have Shield's Might, to have a 3/2 instead of Shield's Might anyway, so I think we're good to do this. This will be a 2/2. We're basically attacking for 6. Yeah, we got a lot of things we can do with this Usher to safety. That seems good too. I feel like we just crash in and have a million options here. They're a virtual 9, and we can add kind of do an 8. Oh, my wife is vacuuming upstairs, so yes, I'm not alone in the house today, so you get to hear some upstairs action. Guess I could have just done the tactician return play, but they feel pretty behind here. Maybe I'm not slamming the door in their face as hard as I should, though. In fact, wait a second. I can still just win here, right? So let's do this. This is an instant. Well, yeah, maybe they can make a rat still, but let's make him do it. Maybe they'll miss it. After a rat is made, force chump with Piper instead. That's true. Well, wait until they make the rat. Yeah, they would have made a rat. I should have waited. Should have waited. We're still gonna crush them though. That was a mistake though. Dionysus, you can even punt that if you want. I just sequenced that incorrectly. Hopefully it won't be a devastating mistake. We can carve her, but it doesn't give trample or anything. So here I'm just going to go with the Tactician and the Flock. And despite that poor sequencing, they are way up against it for our double combat trick next turn. All right, little punt there at the end. Didn't sequence it quite correctly, but we had a dominating advantage thanks to their early mana screw. And suddenly we had a 7-0 off of a deck I wouldn't have parred at 7, I'll tell you that.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Thank you, Mama. Mama making it rain gift subs. Appreciate that.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Thank you. Well, early enough that we could talk about doing something else here.
A rap burglar.
Actually, I'll get out of the
Some say I
way.
never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Thank you so much, Mama. Appreciate that a lot. We're gonna claim our prize.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Go into Packland. See, oh, 9. So close. We're gonna wait till that's 10. And after all that, we didn't even manage to complete one of these. Despite a 7-0 run, we only killed 17 creatures of Oppos. Tell you what, I need a refill on coffee, and then I'll come back down after a short break, and we'll see what we're going to do for the next little bit. All right? Be right back. And thanks. Here, I'll hop to Soapbox and say thank you for watching, YouTube friends, and maybe we'll get another event in here before the day's out. We'll see. All right.